Welcome to On the Mic with Mike, RVA, the premier social enterprise business show in RVA here on 92.7 FM, 820 AM. I'm your host, Mike King, and I appreciate you being here with me because you could be anywhere else doing almost anything besides listening to me, but I appreciate it. Joining me on this cutting edge show where we uplift the community, showcase RVA business in a different way. We're coming to you live and direct from the palatial studios of WNTW, high above booming Chester, that hotbed of business activities. Yes, it's a hotbed. The show highlights partnerships, innovation, social enterprise, nonprofits with people and organizations making a difference. So follow me in my other brands, which are Mike King Biz, my TV show, which is RVA Swag Central, and my pregame show, which is Virginia Panther Football with Mike King Biz. I'd like to thank our show sponsor, Nicole Reed Real Estate. So buying or selling a home, go with the pro, Nicole Reed, who will swing by the program in just a little bit to give us an update on the market and things that are happening with real estate in Richmond, Virginia. Holding down the board today is the master of the mix, Mr. Mitchell. Hello, sir. He's a little slower.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for making this a real business show, keeping everything in line here with me, and I appreciate it.
I try my best.
Okay, well, that's great. So folks, to reach us, you can reach Mr. Mitchell by calling 804-454-1366. That's 804-454-1366. So today's show will be informative, engaging, and filled with community game changers. So joining us on the program today is a star-studded panel here. So we have Shannon Soriano Greenwood, who is the driving force behind RebelCon. We also have Vern Harrison of Why Not Be Fit, and she's on a mission to make us all healthier, adults and children, with mindfulness, eating right, and moving our bodies. So I have to talk to her. Rounding out the group is Eric Terry, who is the president of the Virginia Restaurant Travel, Lodging, Hotel Association. No.
Close.
That's close enough. He's going to give us all, so folks, I had it written down. My notes, well, in the mix, everything got moved around, but he will give us all the information and tell us when folks come to Richmond, how it helps. His association tells us how things are better, how it makes lives better here, and how they accommodate all the folks who come in, as well as the new slogan that you guys have, Virginia is for restaurant lovers. So, folks, along the way, we're going to have some of our friends who are going to call into the program and give us information. We will have Jacob from Nudge Advertising. We'll also have Nicole Reed. So, what we're going to do, we have to pay some bills along the way. Friends are going to drop in. But without further ado, we'd just like to welcome in Sharon Soriano Greenwood of RebelCon.
Hello.
So, welcome to the program.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you for coming and taking the time. So, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Shannon first, and we're going to bring our other guests in. They're going to tell a little bit about what they do. By starting off, please let folks know the origin and the movement that you started, which is known as RebelCon.
Sure. Well, we started in 2017 and thought we were hosting just one event. A friend of mine and I decided we wanted to produce an event for women entrepreneurs, but we didn't want to talk about all the business stuff. We felt like talking about accounting and hiring an attorney and all that stuff's really important, but there's plenty of folks that talk about those things. We wanted to talk about the lifestyle and the life of the entrepreneur. So our whole mission is to help women define and create their own version of success. We started with business owners, but at this point, it's really any woman that wants to do that for herself.
Okay, so you recently had RebelCon, which was very successful.
We did. Our 5th conference was last weekend.
Okay, so tell folks the numbers that you have, and when people come, what do they bring to the table? What do they get from it?
Well, people get different things from our program. So we have 3 days of programming. And we bring speakers from all over the country to talk about our 4 favorite things, which you'll like this one. Wellness is our number 1. Money is another big one that we talk about. community, and creativity. So we feel like those are the 4 foundations. If you can get those 4 things solid, the rest of it doesn't really matter, right? The rest of it is extra. That's bonus.
Okay.
So some women that come to our program are coming because they are at a pivot point in their career and they're not sure what they want to do next. So they're excited to see what other women have done in their careers to be inspired by, and also to feel like they're not so alone in that they're not the only person that's questioning if the path that they have been on is the one that they want to be on. Other people are just really excited to have the conversations that they might be having behind closed doors with their friends in a big group to get more people's perspective on it. And also to be able to see themselves in the speakers and presenters and facilitators. We bring women that are really inspiring and doing amazing things, but they're not so far away that you can't see yourself in the work that they're doing.
So you started this with was it with Annika?
Annika Horn.
Okay, so when I first came to Richmond, she was one of the people with the whole the B Corp movement, and I always found that fascinating.
Yeah, she's really focused on social mission driven companies. That's her thing.
That is her thing.
Yes.
When I thought about putting this together,
yes,
that's the person I went to.
Oh yeah, she's a genius.
So I didn't know she had moved, because I want to know, how can I bring into existence a media company, radio, TV program that was socially conscious, and who are the people to talk to?
She's still it.
Yeah.
She really is a leader in that field. And she actually just moved back to the States. So she's in North Carolina now. So we can suck her back into the Richmond market.
So you were one of the people that she said that I needed to. And when we had met at the Richmond Inno event, where they're talking about how technology is, an equalizer to all the things. So you just had a big engagement a couple weeks ago with the Queen Latifah event.
No, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Queen Latifah talked to me in front of other people. It was amazing.
I hear. So tell about what that event was and how you got involved into it.
So good. So it was the Virginia Women's Achievement Summit, and it was produced as part of the 2019 commemoration. And really, it was so well done. I go to so many women's events, and I know people are trying, but it's really rare that anyone really knocks it out of the park. They knocked it out of the park in that they had speakers from all different industries. There was I think the first woman to receive the Purple Heart. There was a woman astronaut. There were women in politics, women in education, women in business. Like, it was so cool to be around all of these leaders in those various industries. Like, we would never meet those kind of people on the street, right? Like, bringing that many different people together was really exciting. And I got connected with that organization just through my incredible network that I've built through RebelCon. A woman that actually sponsored our very first conference was consulting with the production company that was out of Boston, and they were looking for women locally in the entrepreneur space that could share to that. And so I had the privilege of being on a panel moderated by Queen Latifah, and also with one of my dear friends, JL Alexander, who's the CEO of Black Girls Run. I don't know if you're familiar with JL, but she's incredible. People don't realize that she's local, because Black Girls Run is a huge national organization. They have hundreds of thousands of members all over the country, but their CEO lives here in Richmond. It was such a joy to talk entrepreneurship with her, and that audience was just so awesome. They were like cheering every 5 minutes, like clapping, like shouting things back to the stage. Even though there was 1,500 people there, it did not feel like that. It was really so much fun.
That's funny. So to bring her, okay, so folks, the time is 2:16. The program is On the Mic with Mike RVA. The station is 92.7 FM, 820 AM. I'm Mike King. With us in house, we have Shannon Soriano Greenwood, who is the founder of RebelCon. When we talk about people coming to Richmond, what's the view? And we're going to bring in Vern as well as Eric. What's the view that people have now coming to Richmond? I know here Richmond's very cool, and it's a lot of game changers here. Yeah. It's different than it was before. So when you're starting to put something on, bringing in national talent, what do they think about Richmond? And Eric, you're the guy who, when they come, what makes it fun?
Well, they're always surprised. especially when people come from New York or LA or some of the bigger markets, Chicago. We had speakers from all of those places come. They're always surprised. They're blown away at the leaders that are coming together at our event. They're shocked that there's so many amazing women that are starting companies here. And then I think I don't want to like get them too excited because I don't want them all to move here. But that is the common thing I hear from people that say, wow, I didn't realize Richmond was so great. Maybe I want to live there. I said, well, maybe stay where you are. You can come visit me.
You could just come and
You can
visit.
come visit me.
Come stay at a hotel.
Come stay at a hotel.
Come stay at a hotel.
Eat
Spend
at
money
a
in the
restaurant.
restaurants. Go home. Leave your money.
Yep. Yep.
That's kind of the way we really like it. Is keep leaving your dollars in Richmond. But,
I know.
Mike, I moved here about 6 years ago, and when I moved here, this RVA thing was just kind of getting started, and then that really caught on, and I think the restaurant industry really has kind of led the charge. That and the craft brewers. We've gotten numerous awards for our restaurant community, our craft brewers community, and now we're starting to see some investment in some new hotels and some things that are really popping. I did the tour of the Navy Hill project a couple weeks ago, and what that's going to be. And I think Richmond has developed this really cool vibe of a neat place to live. You're 2 hours from DC, you're 2 hours from the beach, you're in a great location. And we're seeing a lot of people move here, from or either work out of here and their job is in Northern Virginia, because I think there's a quality of life, and part of that quality of life are great restaurants. You got the culture, and you've got arts, and you've got things that you really value in terms of people, and so the Richmond Region Tourism really does a phenomenal job of promoting Richmond, and represents really the whole region, not just Richmond itself. And so I think you start to see companies who come here for a visit. They come here for a meeting, or their kids got a soccer tournament here, or a lacrosse tournament, or whatever they're doing,
For a really cool conference.
a really cool women's conference. And they do. They come back and say, yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, you look at the film industry around here, and what the people that has brought in here who would never think about Richmond. The feature films, all the other things we're doing, and that really has created this microcosm of tourism that I don't think there are many cities in the country. Maybe Austin, Texas would rival that, but not many places would have that same mixture.
What? Go ahead.
I just want to confirm what you're saying as far as the restaurants really leading the way. I just was in Paris like 3 weeks ago, and I was like not impressed by any of their restaurants. And I feel like it's because Richmond spoils me.
There is a vast difference of what you can get. It seems to be able to touch on something that everyone can enjoy. And it's a certain energy and lifestyle they get. So I've been here for 5 years. We've seen Scott's Addition go from what it was to, kind of like the place to go. So now when we look at coming into town and people trying to do things that are fun from a business standpoint. So Vern, you're in the fitness business.
Yes.
What makes Richmond so crazy with that? When you see people working out, a lot of people come to town here. A lot of people want to get fit. And the way that I found you was on the internet doing, social media. You're working with kids. So our next generation of leaders, you're working with kids to get fit, because people go to restaurants. Everyone now, the restaurants have to take into account special needs, whether it's dietary. So talk a little bit about that and how you fit into it and the movement that you're working on.
Well, fitness here in RVA for me has it's grown. I've been working out for years, and just to see the different forms of fitness that you can do. If you go downtown, you'll see people jogging. We have the scenery too, and running along the river, the bridges, the new bridge that it's not new anymore, but down behind SunTrust Belle Isle, that's one of the main attractions out there, especially for joggers. If you go down there, anytime during the day, you will see people meditating. People will be doing yoga on that bridge. You'll see people working out on that bridge. And it's just, for me, just to see RVA grow like that, it's phenomenal. And it really makes me proud, because not only is one generation working out, you have all generations out there enjoying the scenery, enjoying the smaller gyms. And we do have, bigger gyms out here, but it's the smaller spaces that people tend to flock to because it's a little bit more personal. You really don't have that scarce type of crowd where you're uncomfortable because you don't know what you're doing. You have a lot of people who are passionate about what they're doing as far as instructing and teaching and providing knowledge for you. And for me, working with the children, I mean, I don't even know how to express just the feeling that you get because they are sponges. From the time they're 2 all the way up, until young adulthood, they will do exactly what they see their parents do. They will mimic everything without you actually putting it, instilling it in their head. They are actually doing what you're doing. Now, the video that you saw me doing on social media, it got a lot of hits. I was surprised, a lot of people came to me and said, I've never seen children that young do yoga. And they weren't all over the place. They were actually focused. And we were outside.
How old were they?
They were 2 to 4 years old.
Wow.
That's my kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay, perfect.
Teach me how to make them sit down.
I will. I actually started that little program. It was with an in-home daycare. And she wanted to find a way for her children not only to be active, but for them to learn certain things and take home with them because kids, we know they want to run around. That's the main thing. But to get them to focus for at least 20 to 25 minutes outside, and there's a playground back there, it was amazing. I was really amazed. And just little things, you teach them. It's all about imagination too for the kids. I'm a very, very visual person. So, say, for instance, if I wanted them to do a plank pose, I'm like, guys, let's be a bridge. How many of you guys can be a bridge? And they were doing planks. And the interesting part about that video is I did it in hyperlapse. So it was really fast. So all you saw, you saw every movement that they made, but it was like fast forward times 100. So I think that's what really caught a lot of people, just to see young kids like that, just focus and not run off and, just to see them, again, out in nature. That's one of the main things that I do stress. If you're having a bad day, if you're, you just need a breather. Separate yourself for about 5 minutes. Take a walk. It doesn't have to be a long walk, but just surround yourself with nature itself and, everything else will just fall through.
So, folks, the voice you're listening to is Vern Hamilton from Why Not Be Fit.
Yes.
When we come back, we're gonna take a break for we're gonna pay some bills around here because my grandkids do need stuff. Wife is home taking. Shout out to the caregivers. I always say that too. We just start taking care of our grandkids, and 3, 6, and 8. It's a whole new world for us. They don't make kids like they used to. No. They don't, and we're learning it the hard way. So we're going to come back in a little bit, but at the moment we got to go here and take care of some business.
Michelle Wilson of Ma Michelle's Cafe, located at 10811 Home Street Road, Midlothian, Virginia. Our number 804-912-1644. Come and join us. We have live entertainment, a new menu. Follow us on Facebook at Ma Michelle's Cafe, Twitter, and Instagram. We are sold south of the James.
I can't begin to tell you how Premier Bank helps simplify my busy life. Premier's mobile banking app gives me 24/7 access to my accounts and check deposit with my phone. With Secure Lock equipped, I have a tool that gives me complete control over my debit card. I can receive instant alerts, set spending limits, turn card on and off, and even control where it can be used. And Premier's People Pay lets me send someone money without writing a check. Premier products and Premier service from Premier Bank. Member FDIC.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jimmy Stump with Stump's Pick and Pint. We're located on the corner of 2nd Street and 119 East Lee. We specialize in slow-cooked meats, handmade sides, and homemade desserts. Stop by. Let us take great care of you. You can find us on Facebook at Stump's Pick and Pint, or you can give us a call, 804-477-3208. We look forward to taking care of you soon.
Did you know embroidery is an easy, low-cost way to market your business? Let Godmama Wear LLC assist you with your custom logo embroidery needs. Whether you need shirts, hats, or yoga mats, Godmama Wear can embroider various items. Visit us online at www.godmamawear.com. That's www.godmamawear.com. Let's talk soon.
I'm George Ventura, and I'm proud to announce that WNTW is now the official voice of the Virginia Union University Panthers for the 2019-2020 season. You could join us every Saturday for Virginia Union University Panthers football and our live pregame show hosted by Mike King here at WNTW 92.7 FM and 820 AM, the official voice of Virginia Union University Panthers.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jimmy Stump with Stump's Pig and Pint. We're located on the corner of 2nd Street and 119 East Lee. We specialize in slow-cooked meats, handmade sides, and homemade desserts. Stop by. Let us take great care of you. You can find us on Facebook at Stump's Pig and Pint, or you can give us a call, 804-477-3208. We look forward to taking care of you soon.
Welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. The time is 2:28. In the house with us, we have Eric Terry from the Tourist Virginia Restaurant, Lodging, and Travel Association. There we go. We got it there. Oh, he has some things that he brought in, some swag. We just want to show it off. You have the new thing, Virginia's for Restaurant Lovers.
We do.
And we're going to talk about that on the other side of the break. We have Vern Hamilton, who is leading the movement with YB Fit. You also have a yoga session with our good friend, Mama Michelle.
I do.
And so we're going to talk about that after the break. We have Shannon Soriano, Greenwood, a Temple Wow.
Yes.
Shout out to
Go
Temple.
Owls.
I used to play the streets of Philadelphia, but then I ran afoul of Facebook. And I had to stop my Philadelphia tributes because I didn't, we were letting it go too long. I was enjoying it. And next thing you know, it was just like, so now I just come in with, but anytime I get someone from Philadelphia, who has a Philly tie, shout out to them. So she is with RebelCon, and they're doing some cool things. And what we're going to do is we're going to go away to SRN News. We'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. And at that time, we'll talk to our folks about what they have going on, how to reach them, and all the things that make Richmond a viable place to live, work, play, and attract others so we can all do business. And this program is On the Mic with Mike RVA, and I'm Mike King, and we shall return.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-880-7474. That's 1-800-880-7474. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-880-7474.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium can vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
I'm George Tur, and I'm proud to announce that WNTW is now the official voice of the Virginia Union University Panthers for the 2019-2020 season. You could join us every Saturday for Virginia Union University Panthers football and our live pregame show hosted by Mike King here at WNTW 92.7 FM and 820 AM, the official voice of Virginia Union University Panthers.
That ad you just heard, it could have been yours. That's right, you could have just heard your ad instead of someone else's on 92.7 FM, 820 AM. You could reach more potential customers, many just like you who could help add dollars to your bottom line. Our team will work with you to make the perfect ad for your business. So give us a call at 804-717-2000. I repeat, that's 804-717-2000. Your first steps to becoming a household name.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, RVA. My name is Mike King. This is the premier business show here in Richmond, Virginia, talking about all things business and how business intersects with society. With us today on the program, we have Shannon Soriano, Greenwood of RebelCon, Vern Hamilton of Why Not Be Fit, and Eric Terry, who's going to talk to us a little about Virginia is for Restaurant Lovers, which is a new campaign that the association has launched. Sir, the floor is yours.
Well, Mike, thanks. Virginia's for Lovers is a 50-year-old slogan for the state of Virginia tourism. And this year, we took the advantage of really launching Virginia's for Restaurant Lovers. Just launched about 3 weeks ago. It's very exciting. It really is a platform for the restaurant industry around the state. We've got 14,000 restaurants in Virginia, employing 400,000 people. You can imagine that. I mean, that's a huge, huge industry. And I think sometimes, we get excited about other industries, but we forget, industries like the restaurant industry. And so this is really a platform to celebrate the restaurant industry and have resources for restaurants. The restaurants business is a tough business.
Yes, it is.
The failure rate is pretty high. And so, I think everything we can do for them to make them successful, we want to try to do. And so we're using this platform as a way to celebrate the restaurant industry. We'll eventually have it more consumer facing. So we'll have specials and promotions and, promoting different events around town, whether it's Black Restaurant Week or it's Crab Cake Week, which we're having next year and whatnot. But, the goal of this Virginia's for Restaurant Lovers is to really celebrate restaurants throughout the state. And so we're really excited about it. It's launched very aggressively. And we're partnering with the Virginia Tourism Corporation on this, so they're part of that whole package with us. So exciting times.
So when you look at travel coming to, I guess, team sports, travel sports play a big part. How smoothly does the city work with the counties of bringing people in and accommodating folks for big events that come to town?
Couldn't be any better. I as a matter of fact, I can't tell you any other location in the state and certainly in the country that does as good a job as Richmond does of coming together. You look here at Chesterfield County and you see, the River City Sports Complex, the county bought that a couple of years ago and really is trying to turn that around because that's a major resource for this youth sports here in the state or in the country. And so, I think that's one of the reasons that Richmond has enjoyed the success they have in tourism. One of our highest hotel occupancy days of the whole year are Saturday nights. And the reason for that are youth sports. And the people that are coming in over the weekend come down from Washington, up from Charlotte or Raleigh, Durham, or wherever. But really the driving force behind that is youth sports and the work that all the communities come together and work with that. And I was at an event last night, and literally every city administrator, many of the city council members, board of supervisors, all came to that one event. It was sponsored by Richmond Region Tourism, and I think that's a function of how well they work together. As you may be aware, you may not be, those entities together also fund the convention center. So the construction of that was all done not just with Richmond money, but it was the whole, the counties and the city.
When you look at things like that from a business standpoint, those are organizations and events that help fund and generate the things that help with the quality of life in town here. So that's why the program we always talk about from a business standpoint, how can business impact society? How can it impact, the people's quality of life? And that's one of the things that we try and do on this program is how can small business owners, larger businesses interact with people and work. So Vern, the way we connected was through one of my good friends and one of the sponsors of the show is Mama Shell's Cafe. Talk a little bit about what you have going on there to help folks have a more mindful and better existence.
Yes. So Mama Shell is, first off, she's amazing. Her energy just speaks for itself.
So folks, it's Mama Shell's Cafe located
at 10811 Hall Street Road, Midlothian, Virginia, 23112. And we actually are doing a midday yoga flow at 12 p.m. every Monday at Mama Shell's Cafe. This is basically a way for you guys to come in, unwind, escape from work, and also have a healthier version of lunch because Mama Shell does prepare a smaller dish, light refreshments. You have cucumber lemon water just to replenish everything that you've done in yoga. Now, with the yoga session, it runs anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and then you have additional 15 minutes to enjoy your dish that she's prepared. But I'll also throw in meditation for everyone who comes there. So not only are you strengthening the body through yoga, you're also strengthening your mind through meditation. And it's one of the most relaxing ways just to start your midday. Because one, we are rushing from work, to go to lunch. And we're rushing back to work from lunch. But participating in yoga in the middle of the day actually relieves a lot of stress. It relieves a lot of tension. And it also gives you a little boost of energy during that midday. So again, every Monday, Mama Shell's Cafe at 12 p.m. And you do get fed. So come out, enjoy just mindfulness and togetherness and unity. That's one thing that yoga does promote. Meet new people. And every fourth Monday of the month, we will be having a meditation and luncheon session where we have a special guest come in. They can be anywhere from medical specialists, fitness specialists, anybody who actually owns a business can come in. We'll have a spotlight for them. And then after, we'll participate in meditation, and then again, you'll get fed. So it's really a good event for midday. For you guys
okay, so quick, Eric, tell people how they can find the association.
Our main website is vrlta.org, but we've also launched a website, Virginia's for Restaurant Lovers. .com, and that site operates kind of independent of the other, but you can find a lot of information about restaurants on there. All of our members are listed on there. We use a lot of restaurant photos. All of our restaurant members are part of that. So you can go to either one of those two to find out more information about what we're working on.
Vern, how can people find you?
You can find me on social media, both IG and Facebook at Why Not Be Fit. I'm going to spell it for you because it's abbreviated. It's the letter Y, the letter N, letter T, the letter B, fit. And also at Gmail, you can contact me there. Same spelling, but it'll be Why Not Be Fit LLC at gmail.com.
Okay. Shannon, you have something coming up within the next couple weeks, correct?
I do.
Okay, please let the folks know what you have because you always have cool things going on.
I always have so many things going on. Well, RebelCon is our big conference that we have every year. We also have programs every month. So in the month of November, we have a panel that is the Women in Comedy. So we have local women as well as some women traveling from New York and Chicago who are comedians to share about their experience in the industry and also probably tell us some jokes. And it should be really fun. It's going to be at the Martin Agency, which is downtown Richmond. Anyone that doesn't know, their CEO and COO are both women. So it's going to be a really fun event, November 12th. And you can find information about that at rebelcon.com or rebelcommunity.com. And you can find me at shannonsoriano.com.
Okay, and another connection we have is a shout out to my son.
The Blowout King.
Yes. So he's gonna be shocked. I told him you were gonna be on the program.
If I would have known there was this connection, I would have had him do my hair before I came. Now I know.
Not mine, Mike. I'm
good. We're good. Dad dropped the ball on this one.
Yes, well, that's all right. I'll go anyway.
One of the things that we always talk about is partnerships, and in this, on this platform. When you look at some of the partnerships, tell a little bit about some of the organizations that partner with each of you and what they mean as far as you from a business and personal standpoint.
Well, we're also connected to the National Restaurant Association and the American Hotel and Lodging Association, as well as the Asian American Hotel Association. So we work with all of those, collectively, and they're nationwide organizations, but we work with their members here in Virginia. But we partner. Matter of fact, next month we've got a great event that we partner with Virginia Tourism Corporation, Virginia Association of Destination Marketing Organizations, and ourselves. It's called VA1. It's a tourism conference. We hold it in Arlington this next year, and we hold it each year. It was in Richmond last year. We have speakers from all over the country. As a matter of fact, Catherine Winch from the formerly from the Martin Agency, is going to talk about Slay Like a Mother program that she's got.
Oh, she's going to be on the program in a couple of weeks.
We've programmed her in, and we have speakers from across the country come in. Senator Warner will be there, and so we do that each year. It's an annual program talking about tourism around the state and around the region. So
okay. Some of the partners that you have, and how does that work and help your business?
Well, for me, one partnership we already mentioned was Mama Michelle's Cafe. I also partner with a gentleman called Elijah Morgano. He is very heavy on mental health awareness, and he's big on meditation and things like that. So him and I, we partner with my classes. He does come in, he does meditation sessions for us every other Saturday during my Saturday workout that I have. And that's really opened a lot of people's eyes to know that it's okay to go through what you're going through, but here's a way to try to break out of it. Also, my other partnership is with Ravi McGee at Island Yoga Fitness. It's about a block away from Croker Spot. I've been at that gym location for about 10 years. That's my main training location. So he's definitely a mentor to me, and he's helped me out a lot as far as clientele, meeting new people, especially with the Manchester area building up like it has. I've seen it go from little to nothing to where it is today. So a lot of those folks do come in. They're our gym clients. And then also Charles City County, that's my hometown. And I actually do yoga and meditation sessions down at the school for the children. And that's a really good partnership. Quinn Rivers is another partnership, which is affiliated with New Kent, Quincy, Virginia, Charles City, Virginia, and I do a lot of volunteer work for them as well. So it just really ties into the mental aspect of a lot, and just to show people how to do things, how to eat, that you can work out at home. You don't need a gym. And then I am a mobile trainer, so I take the excuse out of everything. If you can't go to the gym, I come to you. And that's Central Virginia, surrounding counties, things like that. So it really does help, and it opens up a lot of just the opportunity to be able to move and be active. And that's all age ranges as well.
Okay. So, folks, the time is 2:46. The station is 92.7 FM, 820 AM. We're going to have to go away for a couple of minutes, and we will be back.
A Premier Bank home equity line of credit can open many doors for you. The door to a brand new kitchen, or the door to a shiny new car or SUV. maybe the door to a college education for your kids. No matter what doors you want to open, Premier Bank can help with great rates and money to lend to qualified borrowers. Call or visit your nearest Premier Bank office to learn more. Premier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Subject to credit approval and qualifying credit score.
Premier Bank.
Hi, do you struggle with forming the right words to draw in your target audience? Are you stuck on page 1 of that manuscript? Do you need an extra set of eyes to critique and edit your flyers, emails, or manuscripts? Do you need more time to do what you love within your business and life? If you answer yes to any of these questions, I would love to assist you. My name is Amanda Edie, and I am the literary enthusiast. I'm an editor, ghostwriter, proofreader, and creative assistant for small business owners and entrepreneurs. You can contact me today at www.amandaedie.com. Let me help you creatively change the world.
Yeah, this is Big Herm from Big Herm's Kitchen and Catering. We're located on the heart of Jackson Ward on 315 North 2nd Street, Richmond, Virginia. We're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 6. Takeout and delivery, but we also cater anytime. We deliver all types and cater all types of events from graduations to weddings. Please check us out at bighermscatering.com or call us directly, 804-922-3693 for any of your catering needs.
Sandra Wilson, CEO of Black Connections. Black Connections is an all-Black platform that supports and promotes Black-owned businesses and organizations. We are on Instagram at Black Connections. We will be having a Black Business Expo November 29th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Crossroads Arts Center in Richmond. Hope to see you there.
Hello, everybody. This is Vinnie Jones from Enzo's Cigar Lounge, the new premier cigar experience in the Richmond area. We're conveniently located at 9101 Midlothian Turnpike, Suite 800A, inside the shops of the Arboretum. Come by for something different. We have a great selection with a knowledgeable staff to help you out. You can reach us on Instagram at Enzo Cigars, on Facebook, Enzo Cigar Lounge, Twitter at Enzo Cigars, and also our website, enzocigarlounge.com, to find out about special promotions and events. If you come in and mention On the Mic with Mike, I'll give you a 20% discount. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Before and after the salon has been active in the Richmond, Virginia community, providing hairstyling services for over 10 years. Before and After is located in downtown Richmond at 1917 West Carey Street. Specializing in weaves, extensions, and growing healthy hair, Before and After provides a full suite of hair care services. Expert stylists Michelle Smith and Alicia Clark are well trained to meet your styling needs at Before and After the salon.
So, folks, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike RVA. The time is 2:50. The station is WNTW. The Answer. This is not your father's talk station. We touch on business and how business intersects with the community. We have Eric Terry here. We have Vern Hamilton, and we have Shannon Soriano Greenwood talking about what they see, how they see business, and how their business interacts and intersects with what's going on in the community. So, Shannon, tell me, what do you find really cool with you've seen pop up in Richmond within the last 2 or 3 years? Or some of the cool things that you see? Because people come to you with all types of ideas and events. What are some of the cool things that you see?
Mm-hmm. Some of the cool thing, I mean, I don't know if this directly answers your question, but I think it's very cool. There's a lot of really successful women-owned companies, and the women have kind of been like hiding out, like doing the work, building their thing, and now they're coming out into the world and starting to share more. So I've discovered all these really cool women-owned businesses that I had no idea were here in Richmond. One of them is a company called Swig Life, and they sell they're like insulated cups that like keep your drinks like warm or hot. And it's a $25 million company here in Richmond that I think no one knows is here in Richmond. So I get really jazzed when I discover new businesses that are just like kind of like hiding out, like not really on the scene, and then decide like, oh, I guess I'll let people know I'm here.
That's because you did that with Sassy Jones.
I didn't discover Sassy Jones,
we
but
were at the
yes.
innovation conference for the women.
And I shouted her out. She's incredible. So she can't even do events locally because she's so big.
Right.
She's on HSN and all the big retail places.
So that's congratulations to Sassy Jones.
Sharice Jones, she's incredible.
And plus she gave it a shout out for the twin boys. And
they're so cute.
I remember you said that.
Yes.
I laughed. So, Vern, what are the things that you find cool and exciting that are going on in the city?
Well, I love food. So
same.
Love food. Just the different types of food. Richmond is getting healthier when it comes to food options. At one point, I could not go to a food truck and get anything because it would be fried or, burgers, just beef, or, just something I had no interest in. I did years ago, but, as I transitioned into my healthy lifestyle, it was just nothing that I could do. But now, anywhere I go, I can go to a food truck and get a vegan option. I can get a vegetarian plate, things like that. And then also just the little events that they do have, like the bar crawls. Those are really cool. The Segway tours. I love those things. Like I've never been on a Segway, but every time I pass by a group of people with their helmets on and they're on the Segway, I'm just like, I have to.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I have to do it. And then the last thing that I really find interesting is when you go down to Browns Island during the spring, summertime, you're able to kayak. You're able to canoe. You can
paddle board.
Yes. They have a paddle board yoga class.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So I didn't get to try it this year because I've been building myself up since I left my job. But definitely on my checklist. Now I went white water rafting on the James here with a small company. I forget what the name of it's called, but blown away.
Yeah.
You lived.
Yes, I lived. I wasn't scared. I was excited anyway, but I was so impressed that I was actually going to get my instructor's license, my certification for them. And that's still on my checklist because I want to be out there just hitting the rapids and just being able to see how beautiful the James River is because people, James River.
You just drive by it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I go down to the rocks all the time. I meditate down there. Like when it didn't rain and you could just walk straight across, I'm out there. Me and my kids and our little pup, we'll be out there. And then in the mornings before I instructed PE, I would go out, meditate, and you would see, I think it's like SEAL Team. They have a fitness group.
Oh, yeah, the SEAL Team group.
Mm-hmm.
One morning I was out there and just in my little meditation, and all of a sudden I just felt people. And you would see them running across the rocks. The coolest thing. So fitness is just really everywhere. So I'm just blown away.
Eric, so now you have, from the restaurant, these ladies have talked about restaurants, tours. So where are the restaurants popping up that you see that are kind of like the hot spots?
Well, interesting enough, Chesterfield's become a pretty hot spot. I was with somebody the other day. They said Chesterfield now has its first rooftop restaurant, which are the two Casa de Barco and Shrimp Shack that have opened up. Island Shrimp. So they have an upstairs deck. But I think Chesterfield is kind of an exploding area. Scott's Addition, without question, is really hot. But I think people who live kind of on the south side really want to have a restaurant nearby. And, Taza Kitchen was one of the first that opened down there that had really a neat concept. And I think that's really caught on and really growing. So I think you're going to see a lot in that area, especially. And without question, Short Pump just continues to grow. They just pop up a restaurant and really the area, on far West Broad out there, almost to the line. Those areas are just exploding. And I think you're seeing a lot of restaurateurs who had restaurants, in the city and other places are looking at Chesterfield and they're looking at Short Pump in those areas to expand. Because I think Short Pump's always kind of been thought of a little bit as a chain place, chain restaurants and whatnot, and they're getting away from that. And so, I think what makes Richmond unique is those chef-driven restaurants and, unique owner-operated restaurants. And I think you're seeing those start to pop up in different places.
We were just at Drive Shaft the other night,
Unbelievable.
It is. I mean, it's crazy. We're taking.
And we got two of them.
I know.
We got two of them: Top Golf and Drive Shack.
We're
and those
taking the
are,
grandkids out on Sunday. They have for Halloween. They're having an event out there. I mean, it's incredible. The food is good. The place is magnificent.
Right.
And
No, I mean, Virginia Beach only got one of them. We got two.
I know.
You know,
that's the thing. When you look at Richmond from a business standpoint, that the things that are here now, and it's the competition is just driving things to the next level. But it always leaves the space open for the guy who thinks of something, or the woman says, "I can do that," or "I can do that a little
those
bit better."
hatchet throwing places are the new hot ones. So you got to try one of those.
That's what that's just crazy. You're putting that together with some liquor and some food. Nothing spells success like hatchets and alcohol.
Absolutely.
Well,
we got shuffleboard. We got. I mean, think of all the places that have popped up. Tang and Biscuit, and I think what's happening now in Richmond is people are getting really creative. Because just opening another restaurant isn't going to quite carve you out. You're not going to be that different. But people are starting to look at some real niches and some things that many of us probably didn't know there was a market for. Jamaican restaurants and different places that are some different types of cuisines. When I first moved back to Richmond, I joked that every menu had to have shrimp and grits on it, and I don't see that anymore. I think people are getting away from that sort of Southern style cuisine and getting into some pretty creative stuff, and I think that gets people excited.
One of the new places just opened up when you spoke of shrimp and grits. It's Stump's Pig and Pint. We just opened down in Jackson where the shrimping. And I'm from Pennsylvania. It's not you're not eating grits during the day.
You don't think food in Pennsylvania much, do you?
No, just not in Philly.
Philly cheesesteaks,
cheesesteaks and hoagies. I mean, but besides that,
And really good pizza.
and really good pizza. Yes, we do. But okay, so folks, one of the things I always talk about on this program is supporting nonprofits. If you guys would give me a nonprofit that you guys one that you want to give a shout out to, some exposure to, announce the time.
We're having a program this next Monday. We are working with the Department of Corrections. We teach culinary education in the Department of Corrections, and this Monday we're having a program launching called the Hopes Program, and it'll be on youth offenders. And so we're really excited about that Hopes Program. It'll be launching here in Richmond and Hampton Roads very soon.
All righty, Vern.
Well, I don't have a specific organization. However, any nonprofit that's working with children, as far as nutrition, health-wise, any of those, just shout out to them. Like I said, I don't have any specific, but any type of children's foundation, shout out to you guys.
Okay. Shannon.
I would say Girls for a Change. They are a nonprofit locally that places girls in internships and is very, very cool how they're able to get girls placed not just in companies, but also with startups and with entrepreneurs.
Could you send them my way, please?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So, folks, the time is 2:59. The program is On the Mic with Mike, 92.7, 820 a.m. Mr. Mitchell is giving the 1 minute signal. So I'd just like to thank the folks for coming in. We had Eric Terry, Vern Hamilton, Shannon Soriano, Greenwood for coming into the program and blessing us with the information that they had. The program that we try and uplift the community and talk about what's going on. And with that, I just like to tell my wife, baby, I'm on the way home and help out with the kids. And with that, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks now.